Are we Leve?
Should be.
Oh, we're Leve. Where's the camera? There's the camera. This is a slightly different setup today.
Yeah, it's getting better in here.
Hi, everybody.
A little far from the mic, but that's okay. Got the notification. Let's check the feed.
Let's check the feed. The chicken feed. Up. Even got it on my phone and my watch. I heard the dingly dinglies. And I could hear myself.
All right, cool. We are live. Hi, everybody. I'm
Ed, and that's Rich from Sparked Innovations.
Yep, from Sparked Innovations.
And we innovate Sparks.
We're doing a live show. Did we miss last week?
Yep, sure did. Because we were doing up, well, you were doing up here.
Was I doing the carpeting then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is our first live show with things more done.
Yeah.
You can kind of see in the background, there's a workbench with illumination.
Yeah.
And on the ground here, it's gray. It's
that
carpeted.
Is also a fact.
Yeah, and there's some light and my tree back there and all that stuff. So construction and whatever you want to call it, finishing it's not done, but it's very close.
Yeah.
It's getting comfortable and workable up here.
We always talk about sharpening your saw, and that's exactly what this is. We're preparing for high production this year. So we want to get as organized and make sure everything's conducive to a fast-paced working environment. What are you doing? Oh,
showing the stuff.
Now look at that thing over there.
Stuff on a shelf.
There's more things over there.
Woofer parts.
There's other things above that.
The lighting there. Oh, there's my MechMan alternator.
There's things to the left and right of it.
Incriminator audio woofer.
There's other things and stuff. And then it comes back to me. And then over there.
There's that shelf's not really in use yet, but there's some old product there. There's the lighting I hung yesterday.
Hung.
And behind there we have Sundown audio woofers, which we're going to be reconing. All right, how's the framing now?
You see your dumb head's going to be about here. So, yeah, that's good.
Okay. If it's not, I'll go back and move it.
Hey, how y'all's going? It's Blake. What's up, Blake?
Yeah,
things are going well. We are actually in a weird spot still this year. We haven't yet gotten our shipment of products, well, raw products, raw materials, hardware, all that good stuff to build more cool things. One of them you already know what that is. It's the conductor. And we've kind of been not talking about it a whole lot because
we were out of our first batch. It went real quick.
Yeah.
And because stuff has to get made, and materials shipped, there's a big delay in between the first batch.
Yeah, it was unexpected. So, I guess it's a good problem to have in a way. But we also don't want people getting pissed off that they can't get one. So we haven't really talked about it.
Parts are coming, so we're going to be really doing more videos and promos with them and whatnot. For now, before we get into like any topic or anything, we did have, I guess someone ordered the wrong terminals.
Mm-hmm.
And we are an excess power dealer. So if you need batteries, we have Titan 8s in stock. We have chargers and stuff like that. We usually do not stock the terminals. However, they were sent the wrong ones or something. And we ended up with these in stock. So if you need a nice set of copper battery terminals with 1-aught gauge inputs or outputs in this case, then we have them here. So let us know. We'll do a good deal on this one set. We have them brand new, on the site. But if you want to message us, we'll give you a few % off on this exact one. So there's only one available. If you want some copper battery terminals, here you go. Message us about that. This is the TB702V1. That's the model number on it. If you want to see more from Excess Power.
Nicholas Valade. He's from Canada. Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Car Audio Direct has some stuff in stock.
Yes, they do. That's Jay Jones and Frankie Richter. Yeah. Up in Canada. Yeah. You got a distributor up there. And this year, like I said, is going a little weird so far. But all of the stuff that we need is actually at the dock waiting to be picked up. So hopefully that happens soon.
And we have stacks of HDPE down there for the bases.
Yes.
We have cables. So we're just waiting for some material.
Yep.
One fun thing that's going on right now.
Sounds fun.
They're not up on the site because nothing is done yet. You'll see behind us some sundown woofers. Well, we're officially now going to be rebuilding. We only have one model in stock. We have 3 sizes, 12s, 10s, 12s, and 15s of the E series, the current version. And we have, you'll see some parts lined up here. I think we have parts for 60 12s, 27 10s, and 21 15s. There is a pack of cones. So we didn't put them up on the site or set costs yet. They're going to be B stock reconditioned. So they'll be less monies than a brand new woofer, but essentially working like a brand new woofer. The caveat is blemishes. You know, these are all returned woofers that were blown. So there could be scuffs and scratches on the baskets and motors and things like that. But I'm going to rebuild them, and they're going to be tested and guaranteed to be working. We'll have our own kind of reconditioned warranty on them. So they will be available soon, but we're not going to make them available on the site or anything until I actually start getting them built. And I wonder if we might end up with a couple tiers, if depending on the cosmetic condition of like the motors.
I think we should. I was looking at a few of them. Some of them looked like they were new out of the box. You couldn't actually tell what was wrong with them. And other ones had clear scuffs. Some people dropped them or didn't put them down gently or on a towel or something like that. They just, yeah. So some of them look darn good.
I mean, you could definitely see some blemishes on the back plate where it was sitting on maybe a workbench or a carpet or something like that.
Yeah, personally, I'm the type that likes reverse mounting. So some people might want to show off the magnet, or at least just have extra airspace in the box.
I definitely smell burnt coil on this one. Yep. I don't even have to test the coil.
Yep, it's like a Tesla coil.
Yeah. But yeah, this is going to be fun. I have built hundreds and hundreds of woofers in my life, and so now we're going to do this and be official. We only have this one model right now.
In 3 sizes.
If this goes well, then we may do others. So if you have a sundown woofer like an X series or a Z series and want it reconed, we cannot do that, unfortunately. But we
not
will,
yet, at least.
Yeah, we're not set up to do that yet. We just have parts for the E series right now, the current version, and we have, like I said, over 100 hard parts back there. And so we will be rebuilding and offering them soon.
Who said he's got? I can't see who's got his conductor and the RBX waiting for install. But that's awesome. Down. Well, I just can't see the. There it is. Oh, it's Nicholas. Okay. Yeah, very cool. There's actually a lot of guys in Canada with conductors. I mean, I know there's people in the US too. I just haven't seen or heard about as many out there in the wild, so to speak. One thing that we have noticed is even if you're going from your battery to your amp, the display can still read slightly negative. And that's because of the tolerance. This thing is so accurate in how it measures.
It also depends on the amplifier. Amplifiers with a large internal cap bank in their power supply will actually act as a source of power.
Going back.
Depending on the voltage level of the battery at the time, there's backflow of current. So the conductor will pick that up a little bit. So we have the guideline of running the ground wire from the display to fully isolate to the input side of the conductor block.
That is correct. And that will be actually for what we're going to recommend for all installations, not just ones going from the alternator to the battery.
Yeah, because of what I just said about amplifiers.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just such a small tolerance that if you want it to read 0 when 0 current is flowing, that's what you want to do. But yeah, other than that, a lot of guys have installed them and been really happy. We unfortunately haven't had the opportunity to put them in our cars yet. So we're like waiting to hear from everybody and get that feedback. And we even had a couple of videos come through. We will have new displays coming as well. They will be with the next shipment. And what would these new displays possibly be? Well, you already know it comes with a white display. We have a red, green, and blue one coming, and they will be upgraded to 10 hertz refresh rate instead of, I think it was less than 1 hertz refresh rate. It's going to be about 10. So the numbers are going to change a lot faster. And so that'll be cool. So you'll get the choice of red, green, blue, or an upgraded white. We tried to get extra whites for people that wanted to upgrade later on from their current one. And we're also, this is a big, exciting thing now that it's officially been done, they will be aluminum instead of HDPE black plastic. These will be
to mount it. Yeah.
These will be machined aluminum. It's going to look so nice, so nice, so nice. And it's threaded and it's just going to be freaking beautiful. And we're also going to include some stainless steel sheet metal screws that are designed specifically to go right flush with the surface. And it just looks so nice when that is done. So it's very exciting.
I do not know where.
How delayed is getting the conductor sent out? I know there was a bit of a delay. Yes. Okay.
Well,
so
he said he won a raffle or a waffle. That depends on who you want it from. If they're a dealer that has them in stock, you should definitely ask about that. If it's one that is supposed to come from us, then end of March possibly.
Yeah, I would say that's about fair. Depending on the shipping rate quotes that we get on sea freight, we may up for a faster mode, which is like I think 16 days, but it's also more expensive. So we're gonna have to weigh that once we get quotes. Depending on the time of year and the volume, sometimes the prices could be okay. Other times they're ridiculously stupid. So it all depends on that. But I would say end of March is
yeah.
is a
Once
good
we
estimate.
have all parts here, so in the would it be called in the interim,
Yeah.
while we're waiting to get parts, I've been working on the facility. We're getting stuff more organized and more work surfaces and whatnot, so we can get production done at a higher scale and a faster pace.
Mhm.
So when we get them in, doing the 100 of the first batch wasn't too bad, but now we should fly through the 100 in half the time.
That's true.
So this 200 batch should go through in about that same time. I was going to mention that behind us here, you can't see it. I am working on
Rapid
our
shot.
test bench, and this is also our studio to do videos. So I'll have a conductor installed in our test bench to be able to do demonstrations. And also in my Oldsmobile, if anyone has seen, I got another beater car. I was going to try and put a system and compete this year with it and put a conductor in there. So if I can get that done in any reasonable time to take that to shows, I'll be able to demonstrate in a real world situation at shows what a conductor does, along with like our relay box and other stuff as well. And there should be some of our own customers that do go to shows that will have a conductor.
Mhm.
Only 100 people got them so far, so we need to feed the consumers.
Monkey.
Yes.
Yes, Blair. Nice. It's gonna be awesome once you get it. Hi, David. Hello. And the other David. Hello. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Guys, feel free to ask questions, comments. I've been doing a new YouTube series on Spark Dead, and I'm doing more of that. Part of also getting set up. It's amazing what organization and a clean environment does, because not only will we get more efficient with production, but video production as well. So not just doing the Spark Dead videos, but our videos. Once we have the conductor parts here and whatnot, we could do more videos on that, but other products as well, where it's easy enough. I have the microphone like permanently mounted, lights permanently mounted. So instead of setting up the camera gear and setting up the surroundings to look good on a video, we can just break out the product and just do a video. And it means that on our Sparked Innovations YouTube channel, as well as Facebook and maybe even TikTok, we'll be putting out more content, more stuff to educate and promote our stuff. So if you're interested but aren't quite sure, like, what will the RBX do for me? What, what's involved with the switch panel stuff? Well, we're going to clear a lot of that up and get some of the training stuff out more and more.
With the conductor using it for alternating.
For an alternator, maybe.
Oh yeah, to measure the charge level to the batteries. Nice, very cool.
Yes. What's new
About
that
alternator,
you can tell
yeah.
us about?
Ground to the frame from the input side.
Can you ground extra to the frame from the input side? So the way the conductor works is anything you want to read has to come purely from the conductor's output. So if you are grounding the input of the conductor, and your alternator's grounded, then that's great. So your anything tied into the output, amplifier, head unit, any batteries in the back, the batteries can only be connected, their grounds, to the conductor. They can't be run to the conductor and then also to a frame ground. You can't do that. It'll throw off all the readings.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure that that is now, and that's the idea of it, is that it's super duper low resistance. You will not be able to read on any meter that you can get that's non-industrial lab type meter.
As far as voltage
so
drop?
There's going to be no voltage drop. So don't worry about that. Make this your new source of grounds.
Yep.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, we've actually done our own tests, and even on a lab multimeter, it was in the hundreds of thousands.
It was 0.000401.
Was the only difference that you can tell. Yeah, so that's
it will not affect performance at all.
What's new that we could tell you about?
Well,
okay,
conductor, well, we can get into what we were talking about with those, and these are coming out soon.
All right, so this is our, well, you can't, it's aluminium, machined aluminum. These are going to be our new standard for switch panels. This is the one that fits the what was it? I don't
know what side was the correct one.
2003 to 2006 full-size GM truck. That's what this fits. Yeah, this is the correct one. We had the S here, and then also here, and people like this one better. So this is going to be the final. This is actually black anodization, and then we have the laser engraved S logo in there. This also will be able to hold an acrylic insert if you wanted to either change the color or add labels. That's another possibility for the acrylic insert. And now that this surface on the back here is smooth and visually pleasing, we can now offer clear acrylic colors, transparent colors, red, transparent. So basically look like a nice Jolly Rancher inside of here. And we didn't do that before. Why? Because our machined aluminum or machined plastic was done on our router down there. It's very difficult to get in there and to smooth that surface. So it was never an option. So now it is an option. This will be available in single DIN for the normal single DIN, as well as the are we doing the excess power one? I can't remember. But we are going to be doing the smaller or the later GM panels, the full size ones, 99 to 2002. We're going to be doing those eventually as well. So the idea is to transition most, if not all, of our switch panel designs to machined aluminum. And you'll notice, you can see it's got a really nice bevel. I don't know if you can really see that there. A nice bevel, and then countersunk screw holes. And the same thing, we used the screws that we had that we're going to be sending with these panels. We actually designed the machine profile to fit those screws perfectly, so they are nice and flush. It's actually gorgeous once they go in.
This is the conductor display.
If you break those tabs, they just push it in.
I know. Didn't want to push it in and then not get it out because I wanted to show people that we are layering up acrylic. So this actually looks like the conductor base unit. It kind of matches the
base
the
unit
style and whatnot, but it'll be aluminum. It's nice and clean, solid, strong, all that stuff, and I'll have the display. So how about for Speedy? Are we doing that one?
Yes, we are. Speedy's going to be the exact same as that, with the exception of the corners. These are chamfered corners. We're actually going to have to use rounded corners for Speedy, but ultimately same thing. Countersunk screws, clear anodization, so it's going to have the appearance of raw aluminum, and then we're going to do a flat black acrylic insert in there. And so it's going to look industrial just like the conductor does. We want everything to match. So when you guys are buying our products and you're installing them side by side, we want it to look like it's all, meant to be together.
And we're trying to step up our game and be real high quality stuff.
Yeah, we were doing a lot of stuff out of the garage ways for a long time. And that's just because it's where we started. And as owners and fabricators and I guess just designers in general, like trying to figure out ways to upgrade, get better equipment, get better processes in place, use better materials. But you have to
processes like Prosec does.
Yeah, processes. No.
Yeah.
It's ways that you have to do it that won't like break the bank. So you have to kind of do it incrementally. You have to be smart about it. You can't just get a whole bunch of money in and just buy stuff. I mean, you can do that, but we're not at the luxury of having that access to liquid capital.
So what about the colors on the switches?
Colors.
And sizes. Do we want to?
Yeah, let's talk about those. Okay. So Ed and I have been working on different designs for the relay box in the future. One that we've been talking about for a while has been a multi-channel, more than 4 channels. That would be for like, the off-road market, something that can be placed outside the vehicle or handle higher current or have more channels or whatever. But we've also been thinking about the current relay box design and how we can improve on that. One of the things that we've noticed is that people don't really use the illumination feature. What is the illumination feature? Well, when you start your car at night, your interior lights come on, right? You could see where all the buttons are. Well, in our case, we gave you the illumination feature where you hook up a remote wire to the ignition in on the relay box, and that will trigger the entire relay box to come on. If you enable the illumination feature, then all the switches up on the dash will illuminate, regardless of whether or not they're in the on position. And then when you press them on, the light doesn't change, doesn't go off. It just stays illuminated. And if you think about it, most switches in your car operate that way, right? You press them in, they're still illuminated. In the off position, they're still illuminated. So we thought, what if we found a way to make the switch always illuminated from the relay box, and then when you press it, changes color?
Always illuminate it when the car's on.
Yeah.
So you would have an ignition or other turn on wire on. So it would illuminate so you can see where the switch is located at night. And then you need a feedback confirmation that it's activated. So when you push it, it changes color.
Yeah, that is an option that we're looking at. It would require a little bit of development and some extra cost, but we also think it'd be something that would, again, up our game, offer something that, either isn't out there or definitely isn't out there the way we would use it.
Yeah. And it would cost a few bucks more than these switches. So we're thinking instead of replacing these, do it as an additional one. But then we get into the idea of now we're going to stock, 30 more SKUs of switches. And do we really want to do that? And if we are going to do that, do people like this size, by the way? I do. And it fits all our switch panels right now.
Proportionally, if you look at, and I've thought this for a while, proportionally for the larger panels, the buttons look a little small to me. But again, that's a small detail.
But you can fit 4 of them, say with an SMD meter or 2 of our meters or whatnot in some
Right.
of the bigger panels.
So that's one question. The other question I would have is, if we did away with the power symbol switches and just offered halo ring switches, would that be okay? And the reason I ask is that would eliminate half the SKUs that we've got and allow us to offer more in terms of a bicolor LED, switching back and forth between two colors, something like that. Um, Another question I have for you guys is, thinking about your install and thinking about how people like to use different colors to match their builds. For the LED colors, would you want something neutral like white to be, let's say, the off position? So it's illuminated white. And then when pressed in, it turns to the color that you choose, blue, red, green, or purple. That's another thing that we were considering, because otherwise, if you have someone say, wants to go from red to green, because those are very easy to understand on-off colors, would that be enough? And that would be the only switch we would use, is red to green or blue to green, let's say.
Instead of having 30 options of
Yeah,
different
it'd be even more
combinations.
of that. You know what I mean? Because we didn't go red to purple and then white to blue, and we would start getting like ridiculous with the combinations. So we're trying to create something that still gives you the options, but also we don't offer so many options that people don't know what to pick, and it would be hard for us to keep in stock because of all the different SKUs. And if we're doing this from the ground up, which it looks like we're going to have to, then there's production costs, there's development costs, that can add up quickly as well. So let's see. I like the off being white. Okay.
David Monroe also.
I like the white to my color. Okay. Yeah.
Charles Roach in the house.
Yeah, white. When we first started offering white, I was a little weary. Like, were people gonna actually use it? Or leery? And white and purple have actually gotten pretty popular as switch choices. So yeah, something neutral and then to the color of your choice, that we could probably make work. Um, and then we could also offer that in momentary, but I don't. People don't order as many momentary switches from us as latching. I would say it's a small fraction, actually, probably like 7 to 10%. So if we specialized in latching switches and two different colors, we could offer 16 millimeter, we can offer 19 millimeter or 22 millimeter. Um, those are the standards that you usually see.
But they're
And
huge.
well, 22 is huge. Not sure about 19. I actually haven't used or held a 19.
I do have one
16.
somewhere that when I got samples originally done years ago, who knows where it is now. I also had that dial switch. Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, we could go crazy and have 200 different types of switches, but
well, what we've learned is, and we've gotten this actually feedback from our dealers and distributors, is too many options are sometimes a bad thing. People can't make up their minds. And then from a dealer standpoint, if they want to stock something, we've got too many different things to stock. So they end up making the decision and saying, all right, that's it. I'm just doing blue and I'm just doing aluminum, and I'll stock the power symbol and the halo ring, or any combination thereof. But that's the kind of the problem, is it's too much. Yeah. So I think we should specialize, or at least narrow the amount down.
Like Nicholas says, a lot of people in audio use them for LEDs and train horns, so that means they wouldn't need power symbols much. And I think our sales figures show that the halo ring, which is more universal, it's not just for power on, off.
Right. And that, yeah, if you wanted to use, let's say 3 latching and 1 momentary, you want them all to match, and the last one will just be momentary. Yeah, I could see that.
And the current switches are 16 millimeter, and they sold pretty well. So stick with what we got.
Yeah, the current size is 16 millimeter. Offers confusing delay orders. Yes. Who's that? Soulgasm?
Yeah. It's Byron James.
Brian Chamberlain or Brian Chamberlain or Byron.
Hey, is your truck still at Gately? What's going on with that? I haven't seen any videos on it yet.
Is he installing the BFF in there?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Right? That's exciting. I've already seen one picture of it in an installation lit up, and it looks absolutely fantastic.
I got the last big fat fanny over there that I'm building. I'm heating up some acrylic, or I did bend it downstairs for it.
Yeah, I haven't shared this with you yet, but I'm actually kind of bummed that we only made 20 because they look. Well, I know you're not. They look so good, but it's like so much work.
I'd have to redesign it to be more. It might not look as fancy if I redesign it to be more reproducible.
Yeah,
but it was what is at least in the automotive manufacturing world, it's a study in design. And one reason I did it was, to be honest, to boost sales and our profile. But another real, as a product designer, is because I had these techniques of fanny construction in mind, and I wanted to test them on an actual real world build to see if I wanted to implement them into the standard fanny. And when I implemented them, they came out super fantastic. The entire construction, I learned that I do not want to do in the regular fanny. It's too labor intensive. However, some aspects of the design, I already started carrying into other things that aren't necessarily out yet. One is our illuminated switch panel, which is in the works, and a few other things like that. So some of the other techniques may trickle, and that's the idea of studies in design and concept cars with auto manufacturers, is you might not see that entire concept car the way it would be at the auto show, but certain aspects of it that they liked or got good feedback will make its way into other models down the line.
Yep.
So same thing. So the 20, we sold them. They're great. It did what it needed to do for me. And you might see some of those design cues, a year or two from now, which is great.
One thought that I had, and we could talk about this more offline, but we are getting so good at aluminum machining and finishing that the cost is actually cheaper if we did aluminum for a base like fanny as opposed to the HDPE that we're currently using. And it could probably be a 1-to-1. And then we wouldn't have to use brass inserts. We could thread the holes.
Yeah.
And
that doesn't really save much time on the big fat fanny.
No, but the regular one, that and Fanny Junior. I've been thinking about that because we are moving in the direction of eventually redesigning Fanny in some way, shape, or form. Still not 100% whether or not the regular Fanny will completely go away or if it will be a different version or something like that. But it will be around for a bit, at least for the next couple quarters, right? So if that's the case, should we make like a stepping stone revision that would include an aluminum base? That's a question mark I have. And I'm just kind of talking out loud.
Got to figure out costs and whatnot. We got Gary Davis in the house.
Gary, what's up, man?
405.
It's been a while since I talked to you. Sales still slow? It's just been weird. This January was like crickets. It was just so strange.
And February was real bad for us.
Yeah. Yes. Hopefully, as it's warming up, people are starting to move around and think about car audio and booming loud.
I used a little picture of Gary in one of my videos just recently. I don't know if you saw that, Gary. It was in about the loudest cars ever, and used a picture of one of your SPL scores.
Yeah.
From your trunk car, which was it like 162 or 164? Some big crazy score, but
tax season is here. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's true.
Do we have any sales going on?
Well, we've given that over to our dealers. We've tried to kind of pull back a little bit.
Southern Thunder. I don't know. Is their website going on? I know he shared a picture. Scott Dilbeck has fannies and a few other products. If you need some stuff that is not in stock and back ordered here, hit up Southern Thunder. I know they have some stuff. So clean them out. and that helps keep us going. Is they're cleaned out, they're motivated to get more because they sold out, and we can produce more and ship more. And
that's the idea. That's our business model. Well, we're not there yet, but that's our plan, is to have a model very similar to the way Excess Power does it. It's like, go to the dealers, go to the distributors, and push everybody.
Hey,
in
we're
that
ramping
direction.
up to be able to do more production, so that's we gotta keep at it. Gary Davis is 164.9 in that car.
What does Charles Roach say? I can't. Is it scrolling?
I don't know.
Where's the scrolling McScrollerson?
No, I just must have hit send.
So space. So are you talking about space, or are you spacing out? I wonder.
Space bar.
Maybe it's a quandary.
All right, we're at 35 minutes.
We are at 35 minutes.
All right. Again, I have some of these in stock. If you want some copper battery terminals, message to the page here at Sparked Innovations, and we'll give you some small percentage off. They're brand new, sealed it in a bag, and they're copper, and they're nice, and they're great, and you want them.
Little bags and towels.
Yeah, and I'm going to put them on my shelf.
Seahorses rule, Spaceballs.
We do have those in stock.
Comb the desert.
This is the messed up display one, but we do have brand new ones ready to go.
In the box, ready to go.
Yep. So I need some batteries. Hit us up.
We be fast and they be slow.
All right. That's it for today.
That is it. We are doing a Yukon 815s on 4 Crossfire 16Ks, 4th order. Ooh. When you say we, who's we? Isn't it just you? No, but he does a lot of the work by himself. Yeah. I was shocked.
That's why he's got those guns lifting all the big woofers all himself.
It's amazing.
And everything.
Good on you, man.
Does Gary do bodybuilding? I think something like that.
Yeah, well, he's a powerhouse. Yeah, he used to. I think he did it on stage, right? Competitive or something like that.
Used to beat people up, probably too.
Me and my nephew. Oh, there's or
employee.
I don't know why I said that. I just glancing at it, I guess it mixed all the words.
Have a good week, David Monroe.
Have a good week. Good night, Tristan. Oh, Tristan.
I don't know.
Tristan's the guy from Barbados.
Oh, there you go.
Woohoo!
Let's go visit.
Well, that's the goal, isn't it, Tristan?
Someday.
Yeah, he and his wife Tiffany. We were talking to them about them trying to get some Sparked Innovations products into the Caribbean. You still bodybuild, Gary.
He's building his body.
You're a powerhouse. We know that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back again next week on Sunday. If everything goes well, I'll upload a new video in Sparked Ed.
Yep.
And look out next week for our debuting of our rebuilt sundown woofers that we're going to do here.
Ooh, yes.
I may even train him to do it. So you'll get to buy a Rich Tronetta rebuilt.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you want to.
I don't know if you want to either. It's a bad idea.
We have really good techniques and tools to be able to do it at a high
and we have electrolytes.
High caliber. Yes. It's all about the electrolytes. All right. Yep. That's it. So
thank you everyone.
Next time, guys.
Bye-bye. Enjoy.